What's up everybody, it's Yasser. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can start your coaching business literally today. I'm going to break down all the steps, all the ingredients you need to start your business and actually start generating revenue. The reason I'm making this video is because so many prospective clients come to me after 5 months, 6 months, a year about thinking about starting a business, and it never starts, it never goes anywhere. They don't know what the first step is and how to make money. So I want to lay those things down for you. So by the end of this video, make sure to watch the whole thing. You know exactly where to start and how to make money. And before we get started, just a quick announcement. The one-on-one consultations with me for my program are open. You can check that out in the description. You can book a call with me and talk about your business to see if that's a good fit. The other thing I want to mention is I have opened up a private community for coaches who are starting their business or who want to earn more revenue in their business. It's completely free. It's only for people who are in that space, and I do weekly live streams there to help you with your business. So if you're interested, check that out and join the group in the description as well. All right, let's get right into it. Now, when you're starting a coaching business, obviously, if you're coaching someone else, if you're teaching them something, you need to know what you're good at. Where do you start? What are you teaching people, right? And this might seem obvious to you if you've been in a certain industry for a while. So for example, if you've been a recruiter and you want to become a career coach, or maybe you've been a fitness instructor or a personal trainer at a gym and now you want to start your own business, you might really know what you want to do. But for some people, they don't really know what to do. They think that, okay, I've been working in social media for the past 5 years, so I should just start a coaching business about that. Now, here's what I want you to do. Instead of just jumping on your credentials, this is a big mistake that I made and a lot of my clients make, is we start a business based on what we think we can sell about ourselves, okay? So for me, I was a recruiter and I started a business as a career coach. And it was very simple for me to do that because I was a recruiter myself and I had that experience. I knew what the inside of the industry looks like and I could help other people find a job. But if I asked myself before starting my business, is this what you want to do for the next 5-10 years? The answer would have been no, definitely not, because there are other things that I'm more passionate about, and one of those things is helping people realize they're worth more, increase their confidence, and show them how to increase their prices, which is why I'm finally doing what I really want to do now. So if you're starting a business right now, think about some of the things that you really want to do and things that you are good at. You don't have to be an absolute expert at it. You don't have to be top of the chain at it. But what is something you're good at? Okay, and one of the clients that I'm working with right now, he used to be a product manager. He used to be working at a university. So he's done all these different jobs, and he was thinking, hey, I want to start a product management coaching business or a career coaching business. But what he really wanted to do when we dived into what his real passion was, he wants to help people develop goals, and he wants to help people to start running ultra marathons. If you don't know what ultra marathons are, they're these long distance running I don't know, campaign or events or whatever you want to call it. And he wants to help people in their 40s and 50s because he's in his 40s and 50s as well. And he used to be smoking 2 packs of cigarettes every single day, and he quit that and he started running ultra marathons. So that's what he really wanted to do. Now, if you fall on your credentials and you just start a business about something that you think you want to do but you don't really want to do, eventually in the long term it's going to bite you in the butt because you're going to be like, I don't really want to do this. So think about some of the things that you really want to do. What are some things that you're really good at that you think you can teach other people, and you'd be surprised. Another thing I want you to do is, suppose you think about this, right? You're like, okay, I'm really good at public speaking. I'm really good at helping people feel confident. I'm really good at listening and helping people decide what they should be doing in their life. Make a list of these things, maybe 3 to 5 things, and make a list of your peers, your family, and your friends, and send them that list. Or just talk to them and say, listen, I'm thinking of starting a business. These are the 5 things I have in mind. Forget about business prospects. I'm just wondering, what would you come to me for help with? What is something that you think I'm really good at out of those 5 things? And your friends will tell you, listen, out of all these things, this is what I think I would come to you for. When I was starting my business, I thought a lot of people will come to me for career coaching and resume advice and all of that. But when I sent it to my peers, and I did this exercise way after I started my business, they said we would come to you for confidence, for public speaking, and for sales skills. I would never have even imagined that. I had no idea. So had I done this exercise prior to starting my business, I would have known what I think I'm good at. I would have gotten an idea of what other thing people think I'm good at, and then combining that, you would start a business, okay? So it's really, really important that you decide this now, that you figure out what you're good at now, so that you don't have to rebrand yourself 3 or 4 years in the future, okay? So the first thing you gotta do, decide what you're good at, get your peers to tell you that as well, and then see what the commonalities are. What are you good at? What do other people think you're good at? Now, the second point is super important. It is, who can you help? Who can you help? This is so important because you can't just try to help everybody. In trying to help everyone, you will inevitably help nobody. So who can you help? Think very specifically of the group of people. This is what you call picking your niche or picking your niche, wherever you're from. I think it's very important to get this right off the bat, because you will waste a lot of time talking to people who don't have the money for your service, or perhaps that you don't even want to work with. Now, I'll give you an example. I've got a career coach that I'm working with right now, and she really focuses on graduates. So she focuses on people who just finished university and they want to find their first job. That's what she really wanted to do, right? We set up her entire business. She got her business off the ground, and she realized a lot of these students graduating, they don't have a lot of money. They can't really afford coaching, and they don't really even know what they want to do with their life, and they're not really that committed. They don't really do the things she tells them to do, so she's not really happy with the kinds of people she's working with. So had she, before started her business, if she had thought about, is this niche going to be profitable? Do they even have money to afford my service? Are they going to be committed clients? Do I really want to work with these people? If these questions were answered prior to starting her business, she might have had more luck. So now she's thinking, okay, now I need to pivot out of that audience because they just can't afford my service. This is really, really crucial, guys. When you are starting your business, think about your audience. Who am I going to serve? Who am I going to help? And can they even afford my service? If you're going to brand yourself, don't brand yourself as someone who offers cheap services for an audience that just generally can't afford your services. Because what's going to happen is you're going to pigeonhole yourself in an audience, in a niche that perpetually doesn't have money. You're going to find it hard to make money yourself. You're going to find it hard to get clients. You're going to have to service more clients to make the same amount of money. So for example, a lot of people I know who are working as coaches, they charge maybe $500 for their service or something like that. And in order to make a monthly salary of say $5,000, they need to find 10 people every month. Finding 10 people every month is not easy. It's really difficult. Instead, it's a lot easier to find one client or two clients. One client at $5,000 or two clients at $2,500, and that's it, right? If you look at the amount of days you have, 30 days, you can find 2 clients in 30 days pretty easily. So pick a niche for your coaching where people have the money to afford your service, they're committed, and they actually need your service. You don't have to convince them they need it, they are already convinced. So who do you help? Try to be as specific as you can. Try to think about the kind of person you want to work with, and then make sure they are in an environment, in a niche, who can afford it. I can tell you, this will save you so much stress down the line because you're not going to have to pivot. You're not going to have to adjust your clientele based on what they can afford later on. You won't have to rebrand yourself because you can do it right at the start, okay? So who do you want to help? You've established what are you good at. Now, who do you want to help? Once we have these things established, now comes the big thing. What do you want to help them accomplish? What is the transformation you want them to see? Where are they starting and where are you taking them? This is important because when you are demonstrating to your clients the reason they should work with you or what you bring to the table, you're going to show them, listen, if you and I are working together, if I'm coaching you, I want to take you from this point to that point. And oftentimes a lot of coaches, when they start their business, they don't even know what that journey looks like. They don't know what they can help their clients with. So you need to be crystal clear on that. There's a very intricate process that I take my clients, the coaches that I'm working with, to discover what are the challenges that clients are having and how do you prepare solutions specifically for them. So you need to know, where are they starting? Where am I taking them? You don't have to guarantee the end result because some things we just can't guarantee, right? So for example, with fitness, you can't guarantee at the end of a 6-week program they're going to have a six-pack. With a career coaching program, you can't guarantee at the end of a 6-week program they're going to have a job. It's just not going to happen because it's not in your control. But you want to make sure you're providing them support so they're getting towards that end goal. You have to have that goal in mind. So what is the transformation you bring about for your clients? Where are they starting? Where are you taking them? Maybe they're starting where they don't know how to diet, they don't know how to work out, they don't know how to balance their work life and their fitness. maybe you show them that over your 6 weeks or 8 weeks or however long your coaching program tends to be. Now, this is something that you will work with your clients on. You'll discover what their challenge is. You'll discover where they're struggling the most. And according to that, you're going to make a program for them. Okay, again, there's a lot of detail about this in the program itself. You can check out some of the things in the description. That'll help you a long way. But essentially, what you want to do is be crystal clear. Where they're starting, where am I taking them? How am I bridging that gap? That is what you are going to do with your coaching. So every single week or however often you meet with your clients, you're going to meet with them. You're going to have a game plan towards this is our goal. How do we reverse engineer that? How do we get closer to that 1 week at a time so that you feel that this has been a transformational journey? So you're not going to be sharing information. This is not an information exchange. They're not paying you for information. They're paying you for implementation of that information. They're paying you for the support that you provide them along that journey. Okay, that is where you come in as a coach. Remember that. Not just implementation. It's not just the information. It's implementation and the supervision you are providing them. So what is the starting point? What is the ending point? How do you bridge that? Make that super crystal clear for yourself and for your client. You know what you're good at. You know who you want to help. You know how you want to take them from point A to point B, what transformation you want to bring about. But yeah, sir, where the heck do I find these people? Where the heck do I find my clients? Now, this is another mistake a lot of coaches make. They start on too many social media platforms at the same time. They open up a Facebook account, an Instagram account, a LinkedIn account, a YouTube account, Pinterest or TikTok, all of these things, and they don't have time to divide between these platforms. They're trying everything all at once, and it's super difficult. It's hard. It's really hard. It's a lot easier for you to hone in on maybe one platform or two platforms, and that's kind of it. For me, LinkedIn tends to be the main one. YouTube tends to be the other one, and that's kind of it. I do dabble with Instagram, but if you look at my Instagram, it's nowhere close to what I do on my LinkedIn or what I'm doing on my YouTube, because that's where my audience is. If coaches are thinking of starting their business, they go to YouTube to look for information. If they're starting their business, they're operating their business, they're on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is a professional platform. So think about that from your perspective. Where are your clients? Where do they hang out? If you suppose teach people how to style themselves, where are they? Chances are they're on Instagram, because Instagram is a very it's a very visual platform. People can see things on there. If you're a fitness coach, you're a dietitian, Instagram again might be fantastic, but maybe you're someone who helps executives with their fitness. Maybe you help executives with their diets or with their career planning. Then you might find these people on LinkedIn. So you have to think about it. Where is my ideal audience? Where do they hang out? Where can I find them? Once you have decided that, do some research, look into these platforms, see which ones are popular. Once you decide that, then start branding yourself on that platform. It can be Instagram, it can be Facebook, it can be LinkedIn. LinkedIn right now is just phenomenal. That's what I cover in my course. It's just about anything you're looking for, you can find clients for that on LinkedIn. It's pretty crazy, right? So you find where your clients are hanging out, and then you want to create a channel of communication with them. How do I get these clients on the phone? That is going to be the end goal. I know the platform. I'm going to start branding. By the way, branding is a complicated word, but all it means is create enough content on there so when people come to your profile, they know what you're all about. It doesn't have to be a ton of content. On LinkedIn, it could be your headline, it could be your banner, it could be your job description, it could be your bio, and just some of the most recent posts you have. So when people come, your profile is kind of like a landing page. It's like a sales page. Within the first 10 seconds, I should be able to tell what your profile is all about or what you do. If I go to your Instagram, I should be able to tell within the first 5 to 10 seconds what you're all about, right? That's how you brand yourself. You've branded yourself now. How do I implement a marketing strategy? I break this down in extreme detail for my clients between an inbound strategy and outbound. What does that mean? Outbound, you are reaching out to other people. This might be very crucial, very important for you when you start out, because when you're starting out, nobody knows you, you have no branding. No one's coming to you with business. No one's asking you for business because they don't know who you are. So if you create content over and over again, just waiting for people to come to you, it's going to be a long wait, a long wait. So I teach my clients a strategy of both outbound. How can you control the amount of clients you get? How can you go out into the market and actually start generating revenue now instead of waiting for something to fall in your lap, right? It's kind of like applying for a job. If you send out a bunch of resumes, eventually someone's going to get back to you. If you start networking, eventually someone's going to get back to you with an opportunity. But if you don't, and you just wait for someone to reach out to you and offer you something, that's just never going to happen, or you're going to wait a long time for that to happen, okay? So realize, where are my audience hanging out? How can I brand myself there? And how can I open up a channel of communication with them so they either reach out to me, which is probably not going to happen a lot when you start out, or how can I reach out to them? All right, make sure you have these strategies in place. By the way, we do live streams about these topics every single week, so make sure to join the mastermind group. You can find that in the description. All of these questions, any question that you have, I will be doing live streams on that in the Facebook group. We discuss a ton of these things. So once you finally figure it out, I'm going to do it on this social media website. Suppose we take LinkedIn, all right? How do I create conversation with people? Where are they hanging out? Whose posts are they commenting on? Whose posts are they liking on? How can I send them a direct message so I can have a chat with them? And it's pretty simple too. It doesn't have to be too complicated. You can say, hey, I noticed you liked XYZ influencer's post about fitness. How's everything going? How's your fitness going? Or maybe I saw you commented on this other career coach's post about looking for a job. How's your job search going? Just that. That's all you're doing. You're creating channels of communication with people. You're not trying to sell them right up front, because people get very turned off by that. And you create a relationship. They might look at your message, go to your profile and see, okay, I see what this guy is doing. If they like what you're doing, they'll say, hey, everything's going good. You know, everything's fine. I'm just looking for a job right now. I'm just exploring. And then you have a back and forth conversation with them and say, okay, well, how is your job search going? How is your fitness journey going? What are your goals right now? Just out of curiosity, what's going on? You take some time to understand what their challenges is. You take the time to understand what they're going through. And if it sounds like they've got the challenge that you offer insight into, if it sounds like the kind of problem you solve for them, you can tell them, listen, what you're telling me is something that I'm really good at helping other people with. I've done this myself. I've done this with other friends of mine. Even if you haven't, you can say I've done this with myself and I'm really passionate about starting a business about it. Would you like to jump on a call and just see what I can do for you? Or would you like to jump a call to see if we might be able to work together? Not everyone's going to say yes. Out of 10 people, maybe 2 of them will, or maybe 5 of them will. Depends on your conversion, depends on your persuasion skills. And that's something that I really focus on my clients. I teach them the exact sales skills and the persuasion skills they need to get people on the call with them so it doesn't sound too salesy, and on the call to sell them on a 2,000 plus package, right? That's what we kind of aim for. So it's not that hard. Pick the right social media platform. Engage in direct communication with your ideal clients. Just have a conversation with them. A certain percentage of the people that you talk to will have that problem. A certain percentage of those people will get on a phone with you, and all you do is say, what are the challenges you're having? You talk to them about the challenges and you say, this is what I'm offering. This is how I might be able to solve your problem. What do you think? If they're interested, if they have a big enough problem, if you've done a good enough job of communicating the value of what you offer, they will sign up for your package. So you can go, if we sum this whole journey up, you can go from zero, no business, nothing whatsoever, starting your LinkedIn, your Instagram, whatever it might be, after you've decided what you're good at, who you want to serve. You start reaching out to people, maybe day 2, day 3, get someone on the phone by day 4, and by the end of the week, you can have your first $2,000 client. All of this will take you less than a week to set up. And I can tell you this because one of my clients, she started off, she was a career coach, and she said, listen, I've been dabbling on LinkedIn forever. I don't really know how to get clients. I don't really know where to start. I don't have a branding. I don't have 1 million followers. What do I do? All I told her is, listen, you know who you want to help, right? And she said, yes. Perfect. Do you know how to identify those people on LinkedIn? Yes. How many of them have you created a conversation with? Well, not at all. So she reached out to 3 people. One of those people were like, hey, I've actually been checking out your profile. I never reached out and said anything. And most people just operate like that. They don't really like or comment. They'll view posts, but they won't really do anything. They got on a call and they said, hey, this is the problem you're having. My client said, this is the solution I offered. This is my $2,000 package. Boom. First client in under a week. All right, so that's all it is. That's start to finish, summing things up for you. Decide what you're really good at. Ask your friends, ask yourself, who do you want to help? What kind of transformation do you bring about for those people? Once you've decided what transformation you want to bring, where do these people hang out? How do I create a channel of communication with them? How do I bring them on the phone? And how do I show them the value of what I provide? That is it. that is going to be your first $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is, whatever kind of package you want. That's how you can get started, okay? So I don't want you thinking for too long about what should I do, how should I get started. This should be all you need to get started. Again, if you want more information, join the Facebook group. We do lives and I answer all of your questions for absolutely for free. If you are interested in just starting your business right off the bat, start making some real money, $2,000, $3,000. One of my clients even made $20,000 in their first month, which is absolutely ridiculous. Not saying everyone's going to get that result, but it is a possibility. If you are interested in working with me on my program, you can apply below to work with me and get on a call. I hope this was super helpful for you. Again, plenty of resources for you in the description. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.